I'm just filled with gratitude because, as some of you know, I fell and fractured my kneecap in the first week of October. It's been 7 weeks, and it was just an extraordinary experience all the way around. Zet was out of town for 4 days at a conference, and I just fell in the backyard against the flagstone, limestone paver, and as I fell, I heard a crack, and I just felt this incredible pain. And it's the same knee that I had the injury in football back in junior high school, and the surgery in high school, and then the car wreck in 2017, same knee fractured, and then in 2019 I had that knee joint replaced, and then I was just feeling good, and then I fell, and I never felt the pain like that before. And I screamed out for help because I couldn't move, but there was nobody to help me because that was 300 miles away, and we were blessed to live in a wonderful place along the river where we've got, an acre of land and we're 100 yards from our neighbors, but we're 100 yards from our neighbors. So and it was just, there was just this moment where I was just so sad and so scared, and laying there on the ground was like, oh, this is what it's like to live alone and age and be hurting, and it's just me and this pain, and that's it. And it was so sad and so scary. But there was something in me, that's the other part of me that's been practicing gratitude for a while, that took this moment, and I just was thankful that I was alive, and thankful that I had the resources to take care of it. I knew that all I had to do was wait for a minute, catch my breath, and I could make it out to the car and make it to the emergency room. And I had money to go to the emergency room. I just felt all that and just kind of relaxed into it. No big deal, except for me, as a poor, pitiful, mean person from way back, I was real ready to think the worst and feel the worst. It was some kind of a radical shift. And again, that gratitude lasted a minute, and then I was back to, oh my God, I'm bleeding. I can do it. And then I got to the car, and then it was like, oh, a moment of gratitude. I'm in the car. I made it. I can make it to the emergency, no problem. Got to the emergency room, a little emergency clinic. We no longer take Medicare at this emergency clinic. Oh, I can make it to the next. Oh, I don't need to make it to any place now. Anyway, what I'm reporting is the fact that practicing radical gratitude over the last, 10 or 15 years of my life, longer than that time. Anyway, it kicked in when I really needed it. And it made me really excited to talk about radical gratitude this morning, because this is one of those spiritual tools that actually works, and I can carry it in my tool chest in my back pocket wherever I go. A lot of spiritual principles kind of stay in the head, but gratitude has to travel down into the heart. And it's a process that was taught to me many years ago by a very dear teacher, and so I share it with you, not because it's the best way or the only way, but it's one way, and it's worked for me, and so I share it. This process of radical gratitude asks me to slow down and just be present with what is. Radical comes from the Latin word radix, meaning root or of the earth. So a radish is a seed that's planted in it. It's all root, radical. And so radical gratitude asks me to take the idea of gratitude out of my head and have it be an embodied experience that connects me to the moment, which is the only place gratitude can really live, which connects me to all of creation, and connects me to the awareness that I'm not lacking anything in the moment. Because I can only focus my gratitude on what is. I can't focus on what isn't, which is what I do so often, we do so often in our culture. Radical gratitude is also I use the word radical because it's a countercultural movement. Because our culture tells us we never have enough, and if we want to feel better, what we need is more. More beer, more money, more sex appeal, more whatever, more will fix it. That's what our culture tells us. And radical gratitude says, no, I have enough in this moment. Whatever the situation, I have enough as I feel my enoughness connected to all of creation. I don't claim to be a biblical scholar, but there are several stories in the New Testament that pop out to me again and again. And one of the most important teaching moments for me was that moment when Jesus the Christ, Yeshua, had been working all day, doing what he did, which is talk about God. And people had been coming up to him all day, asking him to be healed of their diseases. And he'd been working in front of thousands of people all day long, and then it came dinner time, and he turned to his disciples and said, well, we need some food. And they said, well, we're pretty far from town. He said, how much food we got? And they took a count, and there were 5 loaves and a few small fishes. That's what it says in Matthew. I think in Mark it says 7 loaves. But anyway, 5, 7. There were 5,000 people around him, or another scripture says 7,000. But that's, what did Jesus do? He didn't say, oh no, we got a problem here. No, he counted what they had, 5 loaves, 7 loaves, and in the Middle East, loaves are pretty flat. They're basically tortillas, flat tortillas, right? And he took the loaves, and he blessed them and gave thanks. The first thing, didn't try to figure out how to feed 5,000. He blessed what he had and gave thanks, feeling in his hand what he had, grounded his gratitude in his awareness of his relationship with his higher power, his understanding. And then somehow he broke it, and there was enough to feed 7,000 people. So this is the model. And this is the exercise I will be doing with you for the next few minutes. So I invite you, if you would, join me in thinking of something you're grateful for in your life. Someone, some situation, something. Got it? Now think of another one, just for the heck of it. Think of it. That's fun. I don't know if you're like, I thought immediately it was that bear. I'm grateful for that bear. And not just because she's in front of me in this moment. I am grateful for that bear. Oh. But if I just look at her and say, oh, I'm grateful for you, that's one thing. Now, if I take that, and take a moment to breathe into it and let it sink into my heart and feel the emotion of gratitude. What's emotion? Energy put in motion by the thought connected to it. That's what emotion is. Whether an emotion is, I'm angry because of that political opponent said something, that's an emotion. That's energy put in motion by a thought connected to it. That person's wrong. Or the emotion of gratitude. Energy put in motion by my awareness of the thoughts. So many things to think when I look at that bear, and they're all wonderful. But if I let that thought percolate down through my emotion, and then sink beneath the emotion to the pure feeling, separate from the thought, separate even from the wonderful memories of times I've had with Zed, separate from admiring the way she's dressed or she looks, or separate from thinking about that cool pie she baked for Thanksgiving. Man, it was tasty. Those are all thoughts. And they're powerful thoughts and they're gratitude thoughts. But underneath the thought is the emotion of love. And underneath that emotion is pure energy, separate from any thoughts I may have about it. That's the integral step, is to unhook my thoughts about why I'm grateful for Zed. And the ooh, and sink underneath that to the pure sensation of energy. I would call it God, call it what you like. But the pure sensation underneath it connects me to the vastness of all of creation, which is far bigger than what's in my gratitude for Zeb. And that is radical gratitude, grounded in my body, grounded in the energy awareness flowing through my body, down into the earth, every cell and fiber of my being, connecting me to all of creation. That process as an idea clear? Okay, let's do this together. Once again, return to someone that you're particularly grateful for. Bring that person, place, or situation into consciousness. And now feel the emotion of gratitude underneath it. The emotion, the thought of what you're grateful for, connected to the feeling of gratitude. Stay with it. If your mind drifts off to other things, that's what minds do. But just come back to what you're grateful for and the feeling of gratitude. Now, underneath that feeling of gratitude is pure energy, pure love of God. And feel that, experience that in every cell and fiber of your being, from the top of your head to the tip of your fingers and the ends of your toes. Feel yourself vibrating with this all-consuming, all-embracing, ever-evolving flow of energy that is God. That is life. Okay. And then come back to this moment. Anybody have any questions or observations about that process so far? That very clear? Tessa?
I felt warmer.
Felt warmer?
Yeah.
Okay. Sensations that absolutely can arise in this process. Any other questions, thoughts? Michael?
Gratitude.
You felt that gratitude? Yeah. Okay, it's good, because now we're going to take this up to the next level. It's one thing to feel gratitude for what you love in your life. It's one thing to feel joy and gratitude for what you're grateful for. But now let's bring up a challenge. Do the same process with the biggest challenge in your life right now. Let it come to your mind. First thought, best thought. Don't judge it. And if several things come to your mind, that's okay, but pick one for the purposes. And it could be a financial issue, it could be a medical diagnosis, it could be a pain in your body. Feel that challenge and bring it, as you bring it into mind, feel the feelings around that. I'm guessing it's not nearly as much fun as the previous one. Let it come. Know that only good will come of your willingness to feel the pain or discomfort or whatever the challenge brings up. Let it stay with you. Go, as you dare, into the hardest part of it, the scariest part, the darkest part, the saddest part. And feeling absolute trust that only good will come of your willingness to go into the next level. Feel the energy beneath your judgments that this is bad or this is challenging, that this is sad, this is scary. Feel the pure energy moving through your body. The light, the love. Because there's a lot of energy you've got locked up in this challenge. Let it free. Let it roll through your body without judgment. Feeling it from the top of your head to the tip of your toes and down into the ground. simply let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Now, did you fix the challenge? No. But you released some of the energy and fear around it. And I promise you, if this challenge was big enough to come up in this exercise, it'll come up again tonight or tomorrow or Tuesday. At which point you're invited to use this process, radical gratitude, to experience it, to open to it, and then to feel that whatever is underneath your judgment about it, whether it's a wonderful judgment about what you really love or a fearful judgment about what scares the heck out of you, what hurts, what can't be changed. And as we come again and again to this place of feeling ourselves grounded in love, we face the rest of life with more peace, more presence, more possibility. Again and again. And as we do so, we become more affluent. Affluent comes from the Latin affluens, which means to flow freely. As we become more affluent, more comes to us, more health, more financial abundance, more support. It is the law that as we stop the flow can't move through us. As we open to it, more comes. And the more we open, the more that can come. So, I invite you to join me in becoming ever more affluent, letting more and more love, more light, more peace come to you, through you, as a direct result of your willingness to practice radical gratitude. At least, that's my invitation, but I'm sticking to it.
Won't you take a few deep breaths as you sink into this calm, peaceful, and centered space of gratitude. Feel gratitude for this moment. Gratitude for these loving souls who are sitting around you in this room. Gratitude for those who have come before us. The many other members of the Celebration Circle community that are past or present or are part of this consciousness which lies at the heart of who we are. Feel that consciousness deepening and widening and growing to serve more and more people in the days and the years to come. And give gratitude the chance to bubble up naturally and let yourself sink into the feeling. Surrender to gratitude. Watch it flow. Watch it grow. Notice how it feels in your body. Allow that sense of gratitude to flow out beyond the limits of your body. Allow it to fill this room and feel that expansiveness growing as you allow your awareness to dwell. Whether your eyes are open or closed, bring your attention to this moment. Allow your ears to be tuned into the sounds surrounding you. Music, my voice, silence. Bring awareness to your heart and all the feelings it contains. The power of this love flowing to you, through you, from you, and out into the world. Bring your awareness to your ever-evolving, ever-growing consciousness here and now. And feel this expansion. Feel your evolution. Feel the shifts in your perception. Feel this growing sense of abundance and your ability to see potential, to see the possibility, to hear the music. Feel yourself surrounded by this consciousness and by a deep sense of gratitude. Gratitude for all that is and all that is becoming in your life. May all beings be blessed by our willingness to feel and express and share this gratitude. And so it is.